This is proof that some mountains are not meant to be climbed. In 1973, these American climbers traveled to Argentina, hoping to summit the highest mountain in all of the Americas. Carmi Duffo convinced 6 men to go with him. They actually had an experienced mountain guide named Miguel Alfonso to lead their way. The 4 other climbers in the group were Bill Zeller, Arnold McMillan, and then there was John Cooper. However, this group would not end up just being full of men, because there was one more person who would end up joining, and she was a woman named Janet May Johnson. During their very first night together in Argentina, the Americans just didn't really mesh with each other. Something just fell off. It wasn't long until 3 of the Americans basically just gave in to the exhaustion. They quit. And this actually included the group's leader, Carmi Defoe, as well as their translator and the doctor in the group. The very next morning, the climbers emerged from their tents and they saw something very, very surprising. That was the summit of the mountain. Everyone's kind of getting ready to make that final summit push. But as they were doing this, Jim, who was now the group's new leader, well, he was kind of lagging behind. Jim was experiencing symptoms not just of altitude sickness, but of severe, potentially fatal brain swelling. And so Miguel, the local guide there, he decided to take Jim back down to base camp. And so now the only 4 climbers left were Bill, Arnold, John, and Janet May Johnson. So Bill, Arnold, John, and Janet made a plan. They were going to climb the Polish glacier, summit Aconcagua, and then return to camp all before the sun went down, right? However, John, he told them that he was completely done. He was going to climb about 2 hours back down the glacier, all the way back down to Camp 3. When John decided to turn around, nobody in the group accompanied him. Bill and Arnold finally made the decision to turn back. And so Bill was basically carrying Janet down the mountain. And at one point, he says that he fell down a very steep section of the glacier. And so they go tumbling, but since he had fallen further down than Janet did, he actually turned around and went back up to try and go check on her. But before he could even reach her, Bill reached someone else, and this, of course, was John Cooper. Janet never made it back down to base camp. 8 climbers in this group went up the mountain, but only 6 of them came back down. John Cooper was dead, and Janet, of course, was assumed dead as well, because she had completely vanished after Bill last saw her. Questions about this failed expedition followed the survivors everywhere they went, frankly, and they tripped up anyone who tried to get some straight answers. The last surviving member of this expedition died in 2023, and so we may never know what really happened on Aconcagua.